Hello and welcome back. Thank you again for watching Teacher K French. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're going to start today with some geometry terms. And so because in the next couple lessons we're going to talk about some geometry, so let's talk a little bit about geometry. All right, here you see this little circle, this little dot, this little point. This is called a point. It's like a decimal point, but it was starting. This is like a start, so a point. Here we have a point, a start point, and an end point. This is called a line segment. Polygons are made up of line segments. Here you have no beginning and you have no end. This is a line. It can go all the way without touching, continue forever. All right, here we have a starting point, and then we go one way. This is a ray. The ray can also be a starting point this way and go this way. It could also be a starting point this way and go this way. But the point is a ray. It has a starting point. We're going to learn in science that the sun is the source, the starting point, and light travels in a ray, a straight line that we call a ray. Starting point goes one way, a ray. All right, here we have an angle. We'll talk about angles and the three different types of angles. We'll learn about straight angles, acute angles, and obtuse angles, but we'll save those for another lesson. But this is an angle. Here we have a line going this way, and it crosses a line going that way. It's like when you come to an intersection on the highway, so it's an intersecting lines. They cross over each other, intersecting lines. Now here, if you can see, we do have some intersecting lines, but these intersecting lines make four right angles. A right angle, and that's why this little box is in there. So these are perpendicular lines, all right? Perpendicular. Then you have a line going this way and a line going this way, and these lines will never touch. They can also go this way. These are called parallel lines. These lines will never touch one another. They will never intersect. So parallel lines. All right, so that's just an introduction to some geometry. All right, but we're going to pick up where we left off with the radius and the diameter and the circumference. And today we're going to add the formula for the area of a circle. All right, so let's start with our formulas before we write everything up here. Radius. What does radius equal? Radius. Oh, let's write them above the words up here. So radius. What's my formula for radius? Radius equals 1/2 diameter. What's my formula for diameter? Diameter equals 2 times the radius. What is my formula for circumference? Circumference equals pi times d. Again, you could also do 2 times pi times r, but I like just the simplified version. Once I find my diameter, I like just using the diameter. All right, and we know pi, let's go and write this up there, 3.14. Mr. Archimedes, he gave us that value. Again, you can remember March 14th, so 3.14. All right, so let's fill in our chart as best as we can. Let's do some practicing here. We have a radius of 3 inches. We need to find the diameter. So diameter is 2 times the radius, so what does that make our diameter? Makes it 6 inches. Because 2 times 3 gives us 6 inches. Now, we want to find our circumference. So, C equals pi times D, 3.14 times 6. So, it's going to be 3.14 times 6. We have 2 decimal places, don't forget that. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. 2 decimal places. My answer is 18.84 inches. Do not forget the unit of measurement. Do not forget your decimal places in your product. All right, our next one, we have a diameter given to us of 20 feet. What would be my radius? Well, if I take the 20 feet, put it up here, 1/2 of 20, what's half of 20? Very good. 10 feet. Now I want to find my circumference. Circumference equals pi times d. So that's 3.14 times 20. So we'll go 3.14 times 20. I put the 0 out there on the end because I'm just going to start with that 0 there. 2 times 4 is 8. 2, 6. Do I have any decimal places? Yes, I do. Very good. So this is 62.8 feet. Remember, I can drop that 0 and it doesn't change the value of the number. I can leave the 0 if it makes you happy, but again, it doesn't change the value. Here you have a diameter of 30 yards. So what would be my radius? 1/2 of diameter, half of 30 is 15 yards. Notice I'm putting my unit of measurement. Okay, make sure you use your unit of measurement. So let's do pi times d. So 3.14 times 30 this time. Put the 0. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 decimal places, so 94.2 yards. And we have one more up here. This time they gave us the radius. We need to find the diameter. All right, so 2 times r. So 6.1 times 2. Notice I'm going to have a decimal place in here. 2 times 1. 2 times 6. 1 decimal place. So 12.2 meters. Now I do 3.14 times 12.2. Now I'm going to have 2 decimal places and 1 decimal places, so my answer is going to have 3 decimal places. All right, 2 times 4, 2 times 1, 2 times 3. Again, 2 times 4, 2 times 1, 2 times 3. Now I have 1 times 4, 1 times 1, 1 times 3, 8, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would give me 8. That would give me 3. Make sure I have 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. So this answer is 38.108 meters. All right, I know it's a lot of calculations, but if you use the formula, plug in the values, the calculations will come, and they will come quicker and quicker and quicker. But use the formula, plug in the values. All right, beat that hammer, beat that nail with a hammer. Let's move on to area and our formula for area. All right, so our formula for area is, remember that so circumference is what we've been doing. It's a round. The circumference of the earth is 25,000 miles. And an area is the inside. All right, so we need to have another formula. Area starts with A, so let's use area equals, this time it's pi times r squared. All right, pi, again, pi will always be 3.14, and it's times r squared. R is the radius. All right, so let's start. Radius of 2 inches. Area equals pi times, let's go ahead and put r squared. Let's put 3.14 times 2 squared. That means I have 2 2's. All right, that's the same as 2 times 2. All right, so that's 4. So let's go 3.14 times 4. Now we can solve. 3.14 times 4. What's 4 times 4? 16. 4 times 1 plus 1. 4 times 3. 2 decimal places. So this one right here is 12.56. It is still called square inches because area is either square inches, square feet, square yards, or meter squared, centimeter squared, millimeter squared. All right, so we took this 2, we plugged it in right there, we squared it, and we got a 4, and then we took our pi times 4, and we came up with our answer. But first off, we wrote the formula, we plugged in some values, we had to solve this value, which is right there, and then we did the problem. All right, let's go on to a radius of 4 meters. All right? You'll learn that I drop a lot. I don't know. Just laugh and go on with it. I'll pick it up. All right, so here's our formula, pi times r squared. So now we have 3.14 times 4 squared. 4 squared is 4 times 4. What is 4 times 4? 16. Very good. 3.14 times 16. So let's do the problem. 3.14 times 16. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Spaceholder 413. Add my partial products. 4, 12, 9, 10, 2, 5, 2 decimal places. 1, 2. So this one right here comes to 50.24 meters squared. All right, so there's 2. We got 2 more to go. I put 4 problems up here, so we got 2 more, halfway done. All right, let's try a radius of 6 centimeters. All right, so this is the one we're doing now. So area equals pi times r squared. Pi is 3.14 times r, radius, 6 squared. So now area equals 3.14 times, means I have 2 sixes, so 6 times 6. All right, so times 36. All right, so now let's solve. 3.14 times 36. This is why it's very important to get a good handle on those multiplication facts, because you use them all the time, every day. All right, 6 times 4, 24. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 6 times 3 is 18. Spaceholder, 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. We're going to add our partial products. 4 plus 0. 8 plus 2, 9 plus 4, 2 plus 9, 2 decimal places, 113.04 centimeters squared. All right, let's see if we can do one more. Let's see if we can pay attention to this last one, see what Mrs. French did, or see what the measurement they gave us. I'm going to go ahead and erase all this. All right, notice. Problem number 4. What does this say? It says 10 yards, right? Can we just use 10 yards? Oh, wait. What's our formula? Area equals pi times r squared. They gave us the diameter in this measurement, but we need the radius. Is that a problem? Nope, because we know radius equals 1/2 of d. So 1/2 of 10. If you'd had 10 cookies and you gave half of them to your sibling, how many do you have left? You have 5. So the radius here then is 5 yards, and we're going to use that, right? So 3.14 times 5 squared. 3.14 times, this means 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. That means I have 2 5s. So 5 times 5 is 25. Now, I do the multiplication. 3.14 times 25. What's 5 times 4? It's 20. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2. 5 times 3. All right. 2 times 4, 2 times 1, 2 times 3. Add them. 0, 15, 6, 7, 8, and 7. I almost got my numbers. See, I almost squished my numbers, and that can be a problem. I need to be more careful in keeping my numbers in a row. All right, 2 places, 78.50 square yards. Again, I can leave the 0 or knock off the 0. It will not change my answer. All right, for the next lesson, when we come back on here, I want you to know the formula for radius, the formula for diameter, the formula for circumference, and now the new formula for area. So radius, 1/2 d. Diameter, 2r. Circumference, pi times d. Area, pi times r squared. All right, you guys have really learned a lot in these lessons, and I thank you for again watching them. Please share them with your friends, and if you have to watch it over again, watch it again and learn something new each time. Have a great day.